What's up, guys? This is Johnny Picks here with another episode, another Goodwill haul. This is actually day 2 of our Goodwill series. Today's actually going to be a $70 challenge. Our first one was $40, and we decided to step it up here a little bit because of some of the items we found. But I'll get into it here. There's a lot of really cool games, a couple other things that I'll kind of get into. Starting off first here is this Faxon 5. First thing I noticed, obviously copyright 1967. Really decent comp on this one. Make a couple bucks. Swinging on to Tripoli. A couple of these I actually haven't even heard of, so I'm kind of learning as I go. But again, same deal. 1969. A couple bucks on that one as well. This one, fun fact, it might look a little familiar because I picked up a 1996 clue in the last episode, but actually this is the exact same Goodwill the next day had another 1996 clue, but this is the family game night version, which actually sells for about $4 or $5 more. So I think it was $1 more there at the Goodwill store, so I think it was like $2.88. I'll definitely pick that up. This definitely caught my eye. A lot of these times, you see these older games, and personally, I haven't heard of them. This is one that I have. This is a 1972 version of Concentration. It looks like a good majority of it's there. I'll have to kind of maybe find one online and kind of compare it, but since I went the next day, I happened to find the mate here to my fire truck. So for $3.88 or $2.88, I had to pick it up. I thought that mechanism was kind of cool. And again, it's a 1979 Mattel Tough Stuff. So probably throw those on Marketplace for $20-$30 or end up giving them to the nephew. Learned a couple things here on the video game. So I've always heard pick up Minecraft whenever you see it. The way I think Goodwill works is anything that's like game-wise, like $3 to $7. They kind of keep there in store, and everything else they sell online. But they had this for $2, or $3, so I picked it up. Always check the back of your DVDs, folks. DVDs and games and all that. I'll maybe be able to get $9 out of that, so I'll probably break even. If I'm realistic, I might lose a little bit, but same deal with this one. Again, this was a Salvation and a Salvation Army and a Goodwill haul. This one was a little bit cheaper, but again, she's a little chewed up. I actually didn't even market this one with the case, so that might save me a little bit on shipping costs. But moving on here, this is a book kind of caught my eye. This was in the case. They wanted like $10 for it. This is a Hero of the Ticonderoga. It's actually an 1896 copy of it. I'll put up the comp here. Should make a couple bucks. There's one sold like it, but there's nothing else listed there, so kind of the market's at my will. Couple big ticket items here. This is kind of what put us up at that $70 mark, was this printer. It was listed for $35. I looked it up, and there was a couple other ones like it that were selling for like $50 to $60. And what I had noticed is that was actually the C315, so it's a little bit different. I made sure that I found a couple comps that were actually like this, and the one I saw in store actually had like a $199 sold. I'll put that up here. So I picked it up, and believe it or not, 2 days later, I got that thing sold. We sold it for $1.20. I put up the comp here that I sold. Obviously, we made a decent amount on that, probably enough to pay for everything we've gotten so far. Swinging to comp, my favorite find here. So typically, anytime you see wooden handles on cookware, it's a little bit older. And then anytime you see rivets, it's usually a good sign. This is a National Presto cooker, which I just kind of looked up a couple comps. It looked like it sold for about $25, and it was $5. So it's like, you know what, I'll pick it up. Got it home and did a little bit of research on them. This is actually one of the first companies to ever make a pressure cooker. I believe they actually debuted it at the 1939 World's Fair, and this is a 1940s model, so it's not too far off from that as one of the first ones. But I opened this up, and it's not only got the jiggler in there, it's got the tray and an original Presto recipe book from the 1940s. How neat is that? So I figured I'd add maybe a couple bucks to it. And actually, believe it or not, my girlfriend found a similar listing that actually had the same recipe book, the exact setup. I'll throw it up here, and look at that. So we're going to go maybe a little bit underneath that, so that way we can sell it kind of fast here. But overall, pretty impressed. It also had a receipt for a brand new gasket too, which was kind of neat. Other than that, we've got a couple of things sold here, so we're doing pretty good. And I think we're pretty close to breaking even. I'll put up the math right here. Other than that, appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day. See ya.